You know your objectives, you know you want to achieve things in life, and then you know there's things that are getting in the way. If after this video you're not determined to go get it, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Hi guys, I'm back. Baby, I'm back, yeah. Yes, you guessed it, we're gonna talk about mental diets again. Today, my intention is the following. Oh, I like this. Maybe I should be talking more in terms of intentions. Every time we do a video, my intention is this. Okay, so today my intention is to smack you right in the face. Actually, my intention is to give you a push to sort of, just get started with your mental diet, like right now. I'm never gonna stop stressing how life-changing it is, and I just want you to give it a try. So in this video, I'm gonna give you all the reasons why you should be practicing a mental diet, and if you don't know how to get started, I got you covered, okay? All you have to do is check out my other videos. You can also check out the free mental diet starter pack I published a few days ago, and just download it, grab it for free, and get going, okay? So in this video, I'm gonna be I'm just gonna give you everything, all the reasons you should be practicing right now. Before we do that, let's do a quick recap, shall we? So to go on a mental diet means to take charge of what you think about. That means that you select what sort of thoughts you're gonna entertain, and it all comes down to being very mindful, practicing, observing your own thoughts. When you identify negative thinking coming up, and by negative thinking, we mean thoughts that could trigger negative emotions, you just turn it around. You catch those negative thoughts and you push them out. You think of something else, you replace them, you do something else to distract yourself. And then you keep entertaining more of the thoughts that you like. And that's how you go on a mental diet, and that's how you get to that's how you get to change the way you feel from the inside, which changes your life on the outside. Sound good enough until now? I'm not saying anything new here, guys. Our thoughts create our reality. There's lots of neuroscientists out there that can explain that to you. There's lots of quantum physicists that can explain that to you. This is not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to explain to you why mental dieting is one of the most important skills you can ever learn, and every advantage that comes with it. I just want to shake you up and give you the push you need to start a mental diet today. Like you finish watching this video and then you go get started right after. So here are 10 superpowers that practicing a mental diet can give you, and you can tap into them right now. Superpower number 1, a mental diet helps you claim your power over unwanted circumstances. In fact, it's probably the most empowering thing you can do, because our biggest freedom in life is the freedom to choose our thoughts. Misfortune is part of life. Shit is gonna happen. While we cannot control what goes on around us, we can always control what we think of it. Always. That's how powerful we are. Things don't really have meaning until we assign that meaning to them. It's our thoughts on a particular situation that create the meaning. That's how powerful we are. And by going on a mental diet, you can claim that power of yours and apply it to every area of your life. To give you a very basic example, football. There's a football match and the score is whatever it is. One team wins, the other team loses. What happens is that on one side, you have people that are thrilled, and on the other, you have people that are, pissed. The results are the same. The facts are the same. The numbers are the same for everyone. It's just people assign a different meaning to the outcome, right? Do you understand that concept? You can apply it to everything in life once you get that. To give you a more practical example, maybe a more relatable one for those of us that really don't give a shit about football. Okay, let's say that let's say you're working a job that you hate. You're really not happy at the job. And then something happens and you get fired. You get pushed out of the company. How are you going to choose to see that situation? Because you can select how you're going to see it. You can decide to, drown in fear, convince yourself that what happened is very unfortunate because you really, even though you hated that job, you needed to survive because it pays the bills, Or you can choose to see it as an opportunity and to say, I wasn't really happy there to begin with. And maybe this unfortunate situation is giving me the push I need to finally change things and make things happen for myself. Because I only have one life to live and I'm not willing to waste it. The natural reaction is going to be the first one. It's the fear, because that's how our brains work. They are wired to keep us safe. So by losing your job, your survival gets threatened, as in maybe I won't have enough to pay the bills. I need to pay rent. I need to buy groceries. That's the part of your brain that's going to make you go into fight or flight mode, and that's going to trigger anxiety and all those things. But the truth is that you have the power to choose differently. You have the power to say, I'm not afraid. This is nothing. I can get another job right now. And that's the end of my problem, because, I wasn't happy there anyways. So what am I really afraid of? Losing something that wasn't, bringing me anything to begin with? Just because what? Because my brain is trying to keep me safe and is trying to convince me that, you should be afraid and you should be sad that this thing has fallen apart in your life? No! Guys, here's a little secret. I'm giving you so many secrets in my videos. Fear is an illusion. Think about it. Think about what is fear. Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, harm, or pain. By the threat of something. It's an if. It's not a certainty. It's an if. Fear is always something we experience because we're dreading a potential outcome. That something negative, something we don't want might happen in the future. It's never certain. It's always, what if that happens? What if, when you're practicing a mental diet and your objective, your task is to reject negative thinking and to catch those thoughts and to just, let them go, then worrying about the what ifs is a luxury that you don't have. So in that scenario where, you just lost your job, if you're practicing your mental diet, you can never fall into the trap of entertaining the first part of being driven by fear and convincing yourself that no matter how much you hated that job, you still needed to survive. You can't do that. It's always going to be deciding to see it as an opportunity. You're always going to be deciding to turn things around. Positive thinking over negative one. I just got fired from a job. I hate it. Good. Now I can find one I love. I'm not saying that, no one ever experiences bad situations, and that, some situations can be really tough. And I really want to acknowledge that. What I'm saying is that whenever we're confronted with a hard situation, we always have the option. We can always choose to give into fear or to conquer. And we do that by choosing the right thoughts. That's the first step to overcome anything. The first step to overcome anything is to decide that you will overcome it. That all starts here, guys. When that becomes your default thinking setting, you become fearless. And you have the power to affect situations just by thinking the right thoughts. You know that, whatever happens, I'm above it all, because I know that whatever happens is working in my favor and is serving my purpose in life. Every single time. Do you know how powerful that makes you feel? When you start seeing situations around you change to serve you, instead of you, chasing around and trying to control things, being desperate about situations, people. No, you stick to what you know, you entertain the thoughts that are going to help you get where you need to go, and then you let everyone else, whatever is going on around you, the 3D world, figure its shit out. You're not lifting a finger. You're not doing magic, even though it feels like it, but what you're doing is just prioritizing your frequency, your, energetic standpoint by thinking the right thoughts. And I'm not going to explain here why this is the way it works, because that's not the purpose of this video. Thoughts have energy. Thinking the right thoughts creates the right energy. Sort of, Even though I'm a math graduate, I don't really care. So I'm not going to try and explain this to you here. A mental diet helps you regulate the thoughts you entertain, helps you become fearless. It helps you claim your power over any unwanted situation. So in turn, it makes you so powerful, so powerful. There's not much that can threaten you. There's not much that can scare you. There's not much that can make you needy. You know that you can overcome anything, and you have the way to do it. You become so lucky. Everything somehow always turns out in your favor. People begin to, how can everything always work out for you? I reject the unwanted thought. I reject the unwanted outcome. Let's move on. Superpower number 2. A mental diet helps you practice presence. What is your task while on a mental diet? Your task is to catch and reject the unwanted thoughts, right? How are you going to do that? You have to pay attention to what goes on inside your head right here, right now. You can't worry about the future or regret the past and at the same time control your thoughts. It's not possible. When you practice a mental diet, you have to pay attention to what goes on inside your head, and if you really want to practice your mental diet, you need to commit to rejecting the unwanted thoughts. And how are you going to do that? By paying attention to what happens right here, right now, permanently. A mental diet brings you back to the only thing that matters, and that is the present moment. And I hear you already through my screen, in advance. I'm a time traveler. It's too hippie, too spiritual. I'm out of this channel. What is this nonsense? Listen to me. What if you die tomorrow? Too dark? Okay, what if there's another Big Bang and we all die tomorrow? Okay. Would you have anything else left than right now? Just some food for thought. Superpower number 3. A mental diet strengthens your BS radar. When you're on a mental diet, you practice rejecting the unwanted thoughts. So it's a natural outcome that you become really good at filtering the information you receive, the kind of input you get from other people. The more you practice catching, the negative triggers that come in, the more you're going to start realizing, this person tends to be such a pessimist. Whenever I bring something up to them, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is like, yeah, that's never going to work. That's not the kind of friends you need in life. Or, you also start noticing the positive stuff. Maria is such an uplifter. Whenever things go wrong, she's always the first to say, okay, no worries, we can fix this, we can turn this around. In any case, you become really good at filtering information. Before you know it, you'll be so good at knowing the good from the bad. And that's really nice. That's a really nice place to be in, because that makes you really resilient. It makes you really, again, what I was saying earlier, powerful over unwanted situations. You can easily pick up on things that are worth spending time and energy on, and the things that belong to the trash. You just, no, we're not thinking about you right now. Sometimes it's just people they're so detached, and when things go wrong, they're like, who the fuck cares? Just, and they just simply don't care about a particular situation. This is the reason. This is what it can help you do too. It's a good thing to not care about things that don't matter. Our problem is that most of us care too much. We care too much about things we shouldn't care about. When you strengthen your BS radar so much, when things go wrong, it's just, straight to the garbage. Deal with it, gone. Bye-bye. Like it never happened. Do you know how much more enjoyable life gets when you do this? Superpower number 4. A mental diet makes you insightful, observant, clairvoyant. Why? Because when you practice a mental diet, what you're really doing is creating space between you and what goes on around you and inside your head. Right? You reject the negative thoughts. So when you do that, you free up space. There's more space, mental space. And what does space mean? Space has dimensions. Think about it, 3D, a space, definition of space, has 3 dimensions. What do dimensions mean? Dimensions mean distance. So when you free up, when you create that space, what you're doing is you're putting distance between you and what goes on around you. And that's how you become more observant. That's how you get to see the details that other people just miss. Because here's why. When you try to look at an object, if the object is right here, are you going to see anything? No, you have to do this before you can observe the object. You have to put it here before you can look at it and see the full picture. When you do that, you can observe it from a distance that allows you to notice the details, that allows you to see how everything works together in symphony or not. That's the same thing that happens with your reality. When you create the space, you get to observe things from a more detached, little, insightful space. It makes you a bit like, I'm sure you know at least one person who always seems to be aware of things that are going around you both. That, most people don't see that. But there's always that one person that identifies dynamics between relationships, people, events. How do they do that? They have the mental space for it. And by going on a mental diet, you can create that mental space for you too. You can create that advantage for yourself too. This is what also makes people visionaries. A visionary is someone who can look at the whole picture and reimagine it. Am I getting you excited yet or no? No? I have more, it's okay. Drum roll please. Superpower number 5. It's a little bit connected to what I was saying earlier. But a mental diet gives you a competitive edge. It gives you a competitive edge. It gives you an advantage that other people don't have. Why? Because while everyone else around you is stuck in a little loop, rushing from one place to another, being dragged into situations, stressing about things that are outside of their control, caught in a loop, reliving the same fears over and over. They're stuck, little hamsters on a hamster wheel. While everyone else is doing that, you're taking a step back. You're just practicing presence, observing your own thoughts, rejecting the negatives. You're just creating space for yourself. You're listening, you're learning, you're expanding. You put your energy exactly where you want it to go. You clarify your vision, and then you do what you need to do to make it happen, which makes you feel stronger. You become stronger. You feel more in control of everything around you, including yourself. And that in turn makes you happier. You're moving upwards. Only way is up for you. Other people are, you are. I don't know why do I keep doing these things with my hands. I know it looks weird on YouTube, but I don't care, okay? I just need to use my entire body to talk. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Superpower number 6. A mental diet can turn you into one of the most skilled manifestors. Why? Because, as I was saying earlier, our thoughts create our reality, and then by having the right thoughts, we can create the right reality. And then a mental diet is going to help you have the right thoughts. So, boom, problem solved. But I've said this in a previous video, and this is the most interesting part for me personally when it comes to mental diets, is that as humans tend to overthink. I don't know if you're familiar with overthinking, but when we want something, when we desire something, we tend to get obsessed about it. Just me? We tend to obsess over the things that we want in life. It's too much passion, too much excitement. That's a good thing. But that's how we sabotage ourselves. We try too hard to make things happen. And that's what ruins it for us. Because you know how it works. To get what you want in life, you just have to attract it. You just have to be what you need to be to receive it. You have to put out the right frequency. You have to rise at its energetic level to reel it in. So when we obsess over things that we want to achieve, we try too hard. And personally, I'm the kind of person that likes to work. I like to work. I like to put in effort for the things that I want in life. So if you're like me and you feel like, how am I ever going to get what I want if I don't do anything about it? I need to put in some work. I need to do something. That's what a mental diet can help you do. It's something you can follow, like a gym plan that you can follow, but which happens exclusively in your head. It's something you can do without doing. To convince yourself that you're moving towards your goal, that you're doing everything in your power to make your goal a reality, but that will keep you detached from the outcome. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again, the perfect tool for manifestation. Superpower number 7, a mental diet helps you accelerate your manifestations. Why? Because it helps you believe in your dreams. It reinforces your beliefs. What kind of life is it if you spend it doubting yourself? You spend it not believing that your dreams are realistic. That's a very sad life. And I used to live that life, but never mind, I don't want to cry in this video. But when you stop entertaining the thoughts that, make you believe that your dreams are just too unrealistic for this world and maybe too big. I've always been called a dreamer, and that my dreams are always like, come back down to earth, Maria. What the fuck? Who the fuck cares? Let me entertain the thoughts I want to entertain. And that's what a mental diet is going to help you do. You're going to reject everything that makes you say, my dream is not realistic, my dream is this, my dream is that. Those are all based on what other people want to believe about their lives. You have the power to choose what you want to believe in. And if your dreams are too big, then be it. Go on a mental diet and make those dreams happen. Okay? A mental diet is going to help you do that. A goal-based mental diet is going to help you do that. If you don't know how to get started, go check out my other video because I broke the entire process down step by step, how to do a goal-based mental diet. When you do that, you're going to practice rejecting everything that makes you doubt about your goal, and then you're going to replace all those thoughts by positive ones. You're going to use every trigger to reinforce your ideas, to reinforce the things you want to believe in. And before you know it, that's going to become your new normal. You're going to feel like I can almost touch it. I can almost sense, I can almost smell it in the air. You transport yourself in a different reality where your dreams are not too big anymore, where your dreams are becoming a reality. And that's just beautiful. That's what life is all about. And I have a few tricks on how you can do this. It's a very fun process, very creative, but it'll have to wait for another video. So if you want to know when that happens, you know what to do. It's really hard when you first start out on YouTube. So if you can click that subscribe button, you're helping me out like you can imagine how much it matters. Thanks. Okay, love you. Okay, number 8 is not really a superpower. I messed up when I changed to superpowers because it just came to me while I was filming this video. But it's also a super advantage. You can go on a mental diet for free and on your own terms. You know how everyone is trying to sell you things nowadays, right? Everyone is trying to make you buy this plan, buy that ebook, that course, become a whatever you want to become in 5 days, sell your first digital. We're all victims of that. I admit to it. But I'm not selling you anything, guys. A mental diet is something you can do for free and on your own terms. All you have to do is sit down with yourself, your thoughts, and your ambitions. Spend some time, create your plan, and then put it to practice. The thoughts you're going to choose to entertain are entirely up to you, and you can choose from anything. Anything. Think about it a little bit like this. It's like going to a restaurant and trying to order from a menu that is limitless. Everything is on the menu. You can order anything and they'll make it for you. And the most important part is that they won't tell anyone what you've ordered and they won't charge you for it. You're just going to eat it and go. That's the way mental diet works. It's something you can do for yourself for free. Which brings me to number 9. A mental diet is just ridiculously fun. It's so much fun to practice because your goal in that practice is to just reject every negative thought and entertain the ones you want to entertain, the ones you want to think about, the ones that bring you joy. Imagine how fun life can be if you only think about the things you want to think about. That's what being real delulu is all about. Don't listen to the other nonsense that a lot of people are saying about being delusional, this and that. This is what being delusional is all about. Entertaining the things that matter to you, the things that make you happy. I can't tell you how many times I've had people stare at me in public because I'm smiling to myself out of nowhere. I'm just biking through Amsterdam, listening to music, or, doing groceries or whatever. And I just sometimes I start laughing out loud and people are looking at me like, what the fuck is she on? This is Amsterdam, guys. But, do I look like an idiot? Maybe. Who the fuck cares? I'm having so much fun. I am entertaining the thoughts I want to entertain. I'm tapping into a zone that is just so precious and so inspiring that I don't really care. And we all have access to that space. All you have to do is do it here. Just play tricks on it. Play games with your mind. I don't wanna play games. Playing games is fun. Come on. So while practicing your mental diet is a lot of work, it's also a lot of fun. And think about it. At the end of the day, what choices do you have? Do you want to spend your days at work, hating your manager and just hating yourself for working for that idiot in your prime? Or do you want to sit there, entertain nice thoughts in your head, like, someday you're going to be so successful that he's going to want to work for you, and smile in his face no matter what nonsense comes out of his mouth? Choices, guys. What are you going to make out of it? Does this sound delusional? Maybe it is. But that's how all great accomplishments begin in life. Crazy vision. Didn't want to drop bombs on you on this Saturday morning, but here I am doing it. Oopsie. We've reached the last point, number 10. Drum roll, please. A mental diet is going to make you happier. Very simple. You can never master anything at 100%, and that includes happiness. Think about it. The best artists in the world, they never stop practicing. Musicians, singers, painters, they keep perfecting their craft. The same applies to athletes, by the way. The top performing athletes in the world are always training. And what is their goal? Their goal is to always break some sort of record. Personal best, national best, whatever. They're always striving towards more. The same applies to happiness. And the reason I want to bring this up is because, happiness is not something that exists out there. It's not something that you can just, stumble upon on your way to something else. And then, I found happiness. Now I'm going to keep it forever and I'm going to be happy forever. No, that's not the way happiness works. Happiness is something you practice. It's something you create for yourself day after day. And since you can do that, that means that you can always create more happiness. Always. You can always be happier. So a mental diet is going to help you do that. It's going to help you expand your happiness. It's going to help you raise your limit, your threshold of what being happy is in life. Huge disclaimer here. Be aware. I'm not saying that you should never be satisfied with what you have right now, because you can always have more. That's the way to unhappiness. It's the exact opposite of the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is that the happiness you feel today is the happiness which is going to allow you to feel more of it tomorrow. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's something you're going to build. It's something you're going to expand, enhance throughout your life. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because we have this tendency. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but humans have this tendency to sabotage themselves. When things go too well for too long, we get scared. We start thinking, what's the catch? This is too good to be true. There's something I'm not seeing. There's something that's going to come back and bite me in the ass. No, these are all part of our animalistic nature, from a time before where we had to hunt and take cover into caves to survive. Well, now that, survival is not really a thing anymore for most of us. I'm not trying to, I'm not ignoring whatever is going on in the world right now. How about we also start accepting that happiness is realistic? Now that we've begun to tap into different dimensions of existence, and it is happening all around you. Like, if you're not seeing it, you're not paying attention, my friend. Now that we're beginning to discover all of these, different ways to live life, how about we also start accepting that happiness exists, and we strive for it. We strive for more happiness without being afraid. A mental diet is going to help you silence those thoughts too. There you have it. You have 10 superpowers / reasons of why you should go on a mental diet, like right now. Right now. And I don't know if you've been paying attention, but you'll notice that each item I've mentioned sort of builds on each other. They all work together. Being more present helps you strengthen your bias radar, and strengthening your bias radar helps you be more aware of situations. It helps you understand where to invest your energy and where not to. It helps you be mindful, which allows you to act in full power over unwanted situations. Being more present is what makes you more observant, and is exactly what gives you the advantage over other people. It's what makes you more aware, more insightful, is what is going to make you a visionary. While other people are caught in their loop, you are reimagining the future exactly how you want it to. You control your thoughts, you direct your energy exactly where you want it to go, and you create the things that you want to create. And you do that for free, and you have fun in the process. A mental diet is going to help you do all of these things for free. I'm right here giving you everything you need to get started. I could think of another 50 reasons of why you should be doing this right now, but no one can do it for you. I cannot step in and do the mental diet for you. You have to take charge of it. You have to practice it. And again, just give it a try. What do you have to lose? Why would a psycho like me stand on YouTube, talk about these things just like this, just for fun? You know how many hours it takes me to create these videos? I've just seen it work. I've applied it, and the results were amazing. And I just want more people to make use of it. When you tap into that peaceful, powerful, limitless zone, you're never gonna want to leave. I guarantee you that. Me, Maria. What are you waiting for? Why are you still here? You don't know where to get started? I gotcha. Just go check out my other videos. Okay, I haven't unlocked the full power of YouTube yet, so I can't really link them anywhere, but just go check out my YouTube channel, and I've created a playlist which is like mental diet hacks, and I'm putting them in order of how you should watch them, so then each video builds on each other. I'm creating a sort of course for you guys here, and it's all for free, and it's just just grab it, because maybe one day I'll sell it. Okay, I've also created a free mental diet starter pack. I'm also going to link it in this video that you can just use to create your mental diet today. That's it. Put it to good use and let me know how it works out for you. Okay, love you. Bye.